It was going on, traders, going 2 for 2 today. Had a tough one that we had to manage on plug, and CVNA was just one that didn't really work out. We'll jump into that one real quick first. Nice move up towards the $0.5. Probably should have waited for the $0.5, but if I did, I wouldn't have got in at all because the move it made that I liked was right here, up through that previous resistance around 520. Got to move up towards 550, but not quite. Ended up starting this just looking for the pullback down towards that 530 area. I actually had to order out of 533 to take it all, and as you can see, it actually got to 534 and missed us. So we actually took it on the way back up, and as you can see, it did try to go higher after we got out. But ultimately, it did try a little bit lower, but not before trying higher. So I was fine with that. I wasn't about to let this go higher and then try that double top from the high of yesterday and possibly have this go up through 6. If it did, I was ready to jump back in, but I wasn't going to play it from all the way down here up to that point. It just didn't make any sense. So our other trade on plug, this one was kind of the same thing, but it actually made it to the double top. You can see it was at 1520 area. And as you can see, it made a nice move out of the gate right to that area. I thought maybe since it didn't really pull back, it went through that area and it started to jiggle a little bit around the 1520 area. Went ahead and started it with 200 shares, looking for it to possibly get back down and retest 15. Unfortunately, that's not what happened. It decided to go higher, ended up adding 200 up here where my first entry probably should have been. You guys know, if you've been following along for a while, I love looking for previous resistance areas and extensions away from them. I don't like getting short at them, below them, right above them. I don't like doing that because a lot of the times it's just usually not what ends up being the top. Sometimes it does, and that's why people love calling them double tops, etc. But for me, I like to see those big moves up through. However, I started it with smaller size, knowing that if it did go higher, I could easily manage the trade, which is exactly what we did. Ended up adding here, took half off for basically break even. It was a little bit green, went back up, added again, took half off again, looking for that to be the top. And, or actually we took 75% off because we had 400, took 300 off here. This one we took 200 off. So we only had 100 shares, ended up adding that 100 shares back up here on yet another what appeared to be a fake out breakout. Both of these were on the way back down. And this one actually ended up being the top and made a nice move down. This first 100 that I took off was for basically break even. Then I took 75 off where I probably should have been taking the first 100 off. And when it made a nice dip to that previous resistance of 1516, I ended up taking the rest right there because it was pretty straight down move. Figured it would get some sort of a bounce, but this thing actually didn't end up bouncing at all. Went all the way down through 15. So would have been nice had I maybe waited for that first 100 to come off where I took the 75 where I took the 25, and then the 25 all the way down here would have been nice. So is what it is. It still ended up being a decent trade, and I was pretty happy. The silver lining here, I've been kind of using that word in the Discord today, is that yeah, I didn't get the best first entry, but the way that I managed the trade, I couldn't be happier with how I managed the trade. So at any point, if this wanted to rip, I would have actually probably been better off that way because I could have smashed it with more size, got my average up to where I wanted it, and I would have had a higher probability of this thing giving us a pullback. However, since it didn't, the way that I managed it, the way that it did trade, I'm pretty happy with it. It kept making new highs, was really struggling to go even further. Got my ads in on the way back down, and I just played it how I had to. These first two covers were basically break even, and then I made all my money when it finally made the move down. So that's all I got. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Always appreciate the support. Still waiting for some momentum to come. I really wasn't expecting anything this week. So first 2 days, making basically around $100. Can't really complain too much. Still waiting for those days where we get 3 or 4 trades where we can make $100, every day and then keep scaling from there. But until we get those days, we're just going to keep hitting these base hits and adding them up. And yeah, if you have any questions or comments, concerns, leave those down below in the comment section below. You can find me Discord, Twitter. Those links are in the description. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.